Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Jersey Nick Moto. It's Tuesday, January the 19th, and today is the day Harley released its info on its 2021 models. Now, you could go on the website and check it all out. I just wanted to make a little follow-up video because I made that video a couple weeks ago. I'll link it up here about predictions from what I've heard on the internet, what was going to happen with the 2021 models. Some of them turned out true, some of them didn't. And I just wanted to give my 2 cents. Kind of flying by the seat of my pants here because I was in work when they did the reveal this morning, so I just came home and researched a little bit, and we'll try and go through this pretty quick. We'll start with the street category. Now I don't go on Harley's website very much because I'm not in the market for a new bike, and this confused me first because the street category, they got rid of the Street 750, they got rid of the Street Rod, but they have the Sportsters listed under Street. So at first I thought if they changed the name of the Sportster, that would be kind of dumb. But no, I noticed they had them listed there last year too. So as far as Sportsters go, they're still around. Looks like the same 3 models as last year, the Iron 883, the Iron 1200, and the 48. I'm glad about that. I'm a big Sportster fan. I don't know if you can see this one parked right here. There are some rumblings on the internet that maybe the Sportster line is either going away or being totally revamped in 2022. As I said before, I think that's a big mistake. I think this is the most classic old school bike Harley makes. I think they should keep it that way. But again, that's just my 2 cents. I am a big Sportster fan. I know I'm gonna hear all the comments, it's a little girl's bike and all that stuff. Well, do about 300 miles on that down the highway in a day or even more, and let me know. You gotta be a tough little girl to do that on one of these. But anyway, that's what's new with the Sportster line. Really nothing new. Like I said, the Street 750 and the Street Rod is gone. Oh no, I take that back. They got rid of the Roadster. I know a lot of people will probably sad to see that go. I heard it was a solid little bike. So I'm mistaken. That's the only change in the Sportster lineup, is they got rid of the Roadster. All right, moving on down, electric. They kept the live wire. Hey man, I never rode one. I heard they're a ton of fun. I'd like to ride one day just to check it out. Not my cup of tea, not something I would buy, but if it helps the brand, if it brings in younger customers, hey, I'm all for it. Electric vehicles, that's the sign of the future, whether we like it or not. I'm sure there is a market out there for electric motorcycles. If Harley can compete and bring in new business, I'm all for it. I'm glad to see the live wires stay. All right, next, Cruiser, which is basically the Softails. Softail Standard's still around. We said that. The Street Bob is still around. There were things going around the internet that the Street Bob was going to be discontinued because it's basically the same bike as the Softail Standard, but I'm glad to see the Street Bob still in the lineup. It's a, it's a nice stripped down Softail. It looks like they changed maybe little things like the seat or whatnot, but the Street Bob's still in the lineup. Softail Slim's still in the lineup. That's a nice bike. I'm glad that's still there. The standard lowrider is gone, but they kept the lowrider S. Now, I'm a lowrider fan. Never had one. Just like the look of them. I'm kind of sad to see the standard model go, but I'm glad they kept the lowrider S in. The Sport Glide is still in the lineup. That's not everybody's cup of tea, but I will say I did ride one. My buddy had one for a short time, and it was a hell of a bike to ride. I liked it a lot. Fat Bob is still in the lineup. That, the headlight kind of is not my thing, but I'm sure there are people out there that are fans of the Fat Bob. That's coming back in 2021. And of course the Fat Boy, nobody thought they'd get rid of that. The Fat Boy's still in the lineup with the 114. Now the Softails they did get rid of is their Breakout. That was the one with that wider back tire. I was never really a fan of that. I'm sure people liked it. Breakout is gone. Like I said, the standard lowrider model is gone, but they kept the lowrider S. The Deluxe is gone. Kind of sad to see that go. Another classic looking bike, but again, they kept the Heritage, which is pretty much the same bike, and we'll get to that. And to probably no one's surprise, the FXDR Softail is gone. That, I don't know what they were doing with that. That was just kind of weird looking to me, and that didn't make it into 2021. No surprises there. All right, we'll move on down to touring. As you can see, I got my Road Glide back there. Now, one thing I was surprised about, but again, I don't go on this website much, and I see they had it like this last year. I was surprised the Heritage Classic was in the touring lineup, which I understand why. It's got bags, you could tour on the Heritage. Hey, I've said many times, if I had to buy a brand new Harley today, it would be a Heritage Classic. I just can't justify putting out the money on a new one of these. But let's go down the list. Electric Glide Standard is back. I kind of like that because that gives you the option of having a touring bike without all the bells and whistles. And I'll get into that in a moment too. Again, I said Heritage Classic. It's in the touring lineup. That's back. I think that's, for me, that would be the perfect Harley if I was to buy a new one right now, because I'd be able to tour on it. I'd be able to use it around town. I wouldn't have to spend extra money for the bells and whistles that I really don't use on this, but I'll, again, in a second, I'll get to why I bought this in the first place. That's a 2015. The Road King, that's a classic bike. We knew that wasn't going anywhere. That's in the touring lineup. The Road Glide is back, obviously. Street Glide is back. Road King Special, Road Glide Special, Street Glide Special, they all made a return. Road Glide Limited with the Tour Pack, that's back. Ultra Limited is back. And then the CVOs don't seem like they changed much. I'm not a CVO guy. I could really care less. I will not spend $40,000 on a motorcycle, but to each their own. And it looks like the trikes stayed the same. I'm not a big trike guy either. They have a CVO trike also. So I really couldn't tell you if there's much difference in the trike lineup. Now let's go back to the touring lineup, just because that is my main bike. That's a 2015 Road Glide Special that I rode all over the country on. And let me just give my 2 cents about this. Oh, and what I heard with the big change on the touring models is they got rid of the hydraulic clutch and they went back to the cable clutch. Now, I have both. I have a Sportster with the cable clutch. I have the Road Glide with the hydraulic clutch. I never really had any trouble with the hydraulic clutch. I know a lot of people, they don't like it. They say it engages too far out. It's hard to find the friction zone. I'm used to it. I feel a little bit of difference when I switch back between bikes, but not much where I feel I have to complain about it. The only problem I had with this was I had that recall for the reservoir for the clutch, that I had the little leak around the gasket. That was fixed under warranty when I had the bike maybe a year or so. After that, this has well over 60,000 miles on it. I've never had a problem with this clutch. The Sportster with the cable clutch has 4,000 miles on it. I had to adjust it once. I'm not complaining about either one. I mean, I know that's a debate, hydraulic versus the wire clutch. I never had any problems with my hydraulic clutch, so that really isn't a big deal to me. But that seems to be the big change on the touring models this year. And maybe a few new colors. I really didn't get into that. I've got a flat black bike that I color in with a Sharpie when I get a scratch. Colors really don't mean anything to me. But like I said, you go on the website and look all of this up. Now, what I was saying about the Electric Glide Standard, why I like that as the choice for a touring model without all the bells and whistles. When I bought this bike back in 2015, I wanted a bike that I knew I was going to ride all around the country on. I wanted hard bags that locked. I wanted a fairing because I ride in the rain a lot when I'm traveling. And it was between this, the Street Glide. When I rode this with the frame mounted fairing, I knew this was the bike I wanted. However, I used the radio maybe twice. The GPS, all right, when I'm lost, it could get me home. I really didn't need it. Cruise control, used it a handful of times. Bluetooth, wouldn't even know how to use it. You could take all that stuff off here, just leave my frame mounted fairing, and leave me the little USB cord to charge my cell phone. I think they should come out with a Road Glide Standard. You got the Electric Glide Standard where you could get a stripped down bagger with the Batwing fairing. Give me a stripped down bagger with the shark nose. And then maybe I'd buy another new Harley touring bike. I bought this bike because of how it handles, how it cuts the wind, how that fairing is good in any kind of weather. I don't need the bells and whistles. I think there might be a few people out there like me that don't want the bells and whistles, that don't want to spend those extra couple thousands of dollars. We talked about this. Who is Harley catering to? Are they going back to their roots? Not really. Make a bike that the forklift operator can afford. You know, have an option for the forklift operator to buy a brand new touring bike that costs less than that pickup truck. not more. That's just my 2 cents. Now, the other thing about the touring bikes, it seems like I think some people were looking for more in technology. A lot of people I know that ride Harleys are going to Goldwings. My buddy Fabi Rock over in Italy, he rides. People say I ride a lot. No, he rides a ton, a lot more than I do. And he's always had Harleys, always had Harley touring bikes. He got fed up with the Milwaukee 8. He got fed up with little things going on his Harleys, and he went to a Goldwing. Now that's a guy, if you had watched him years prior, you never thought he would give up on Harley. There's been other people that are going out test riding Goldwings. People have told me to test ride a Goldwing. Now, am I going to switch? No, I can tell you that right now. It's probably an awesome bike. I'd probably say it rides great if I test rode it. I may do that one day, but I'm a Harley guy. I'm going to stick to Harleys, but I believe it's kind of split as far as the touring market goes. You got the guys like me that want a bike with the touring frame, the luggage capacity, and the fairing, but don't want the bells and whistles, but can't afford a new one because you have to get all the bells and whistles. And then I think you got the guys that are really into the technology and want all the creature comforts and want to compete with bikes like the Goldwing, and it seems like Harley really isn't bringing much to the table in that department. Again, this is all my 2 cents. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree, if you disagree. I'm kind of I guess you could say I'm the Harley purist. I don't like to see them stray that much from their roots, but I understand they have to put out bikes to keep up with the times. Guys like me, I'm in my early 40s, but we're not going to be riding forever. They're going to have to start seeing what the younger guy wants to try and keep the company going. All right, guys, that's just my 2 cents. You could go to the Harley website, check it out for yourself. Let me know if I missed anything. Leave it in the comments below. Leave in the comments below if you think Harley's going the right direction. Are you happy with this new lineup? What would you have changed? If it's your first time here, I'd appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. I have a lot of motorcycle content, a lot more videos to come. Thanks for watching Jersey Nick Moto. I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep your head on a swivel out there. Later.